I'm Ed Townend. I'm a live music promoter from Cardiff, and I also work as a tour manager and sound engineer. I've been working in the live music industry for about 15 years now. I started off as a musician, then I became an artist manager, went on to promote a young music festival, and just went up from there. I currently work in the Mewn Cardiff, and I work as a promoter alongside my colleague. I also help to organise music festivals in Cardiff. We get a lot of requests a week from artists wanting to play at the venue from all around the UK, but especially locally, we try and help as much as we can. As a former musician, being in bands, I know exactly how hard it is to find a show, so I want to give you some advice on finding a music venue, booking yourself in, getting them to book you, and getting on the bill of a really good festival. I'm going to go through approaches you can take, what you need to do to start off, and how to get in the door when it comes to a music venue. If you've had some shows already, I can give you some advice on how to get in touch with other music venues to make yourself more appealing, and how to get onto festival lineups and things like that. So before you even start to contemplate getting in touch with a music venue or a festival to get your music heard, you need to work out how you're going to get it across in the first place. If you're on your own, if you're solo and starting out, then you need to work out, well, how am I going to get this music across? What kind of music am I playing? What would work? It can be as simple as singing with an acoustic guitar to something much more complex that requires a lot of energy, time, rehearsal, equipment, technology, you name it. And to get that first step in the door, you really need to work out what you're going to do first. If you're lucky enough to be in a group of musicians, then that's the great first step as well. There's more of you to work on, things like that, and there's people to bounce ideas off as well. So that's a great start. So if you're a solo performer and you want to have that camaraderie, then I definitely recommend looking at starting a band, whether that be a solo project that is with a backing band or a band that has evolved from a solo project. Both of those are great avenues to start off. If that doesn't fit, that's when you have to work out what it is that you do. Are you a rapper that needs a DJ? Are you a solo artist that just has an acoustic guitar, or is it something more complicated than that? Finding out what you need to begin with is a great way to start your journey into live music. So once you've worked out how you're going to do live performance, next thing you need to do is to get a live performance. And my first tip for everyone who wants to do a live show is just to ask. It's as simple as that. Find the person at the local music venue that you want to play at and just get in touch with them. There should be an email or a message function on their website to get in touch and get yourself across there. You might not get a response back straight away, but it's the first step in taking the journey towards getting on that stage. The same applies to festivals. Local festivals especially will want local talent, and they'll want to hear from you. The next thing you want to do, if you want to be part of the live music scene, is to go to the live music scene, check out some local shows, check out the sort of things that you want to be involved with, and make your impact just by being there and talking to some people. It can be as simple as talking to the sound engineer or the people on the bar, the person behind it, the other acts playing, and the crowd involved, and that's a really great way to start off. The next thing you want to do is put together a little package to kind of show to live music promoters what you can do. You know, you haven't played a live music show yet, but if you've got music on the way, if you want to show that you can create music and make music and perform music, that's the next thing you need to start doing. If you put yourself across in a professional way, if you put yourself across in a way that kind of shows, I'm serious about this, I want to get involved, I want to do this, then this is the first step for you. Just having a basic recording of what you can do, how you can perform is fantastic. You know, if you can't video off your own phone, borrow someone else's, just sit there and perform what you need to do. Put together a little about yourself to kind of share with promoters. A thing we like to see here is your genres and who you sound like, because then we can put you on lineups that might fit your sound. Once you got all that together, you've got something better to send than just, hey, I'd like to play a show. If you've got a kind of representation of who you are, how you sound, what you would fit with, then that's a great thing for a live music promoter or a festival booker to go, right, that's the thing I need for this event coming up. It's not just us, it's not just live music promoters and festival bookers that look for bands to be part of a lineup or look for acts to be part of a showcase. If you get in touch with other bands, you have support slots you could be part of. You have nights where you've got a lot of different artists playing at once, and that's the sort of people you can get in touch with as well. We'll talk about promoters and venues, but There is a difference between the two. So, for example, here in the Mewn in Cardiff, we've got two types of promoters that work here. We've got internal promoters who work for the venue and put shows on as part of the venue. We've got external promoters who hire the venue out and put their own shows on. The best thing to do is find out who would work with you, which is the kind of promoter that would like your music, share your music. What are the lineups that would fit you? If you're a folk artist and you email a rap promoter, they're not exactly going to put you on their lineup. So you need to find what's best for you. You also need to work out if the music venue or festival is right for you, because if they're booking the sort of acts that you want to play alongside and that sound a bit like you or in the same genre as you, then that's perfect. There are also lots of multi-genre promoters and multi-genre festivals. So if you find that sort of thing, then maybe that's perfect for you as well. You really do have to nail down your genre and your sound and who would you work best with, because it's all well and good to be like, well, I could be multiple things. But if you can get into a niche, first off, then you can get people to hear your music live and understand what you're about. Another way to be part of the scene is having a good online presence and a good online interactivity. You want to follow these venues and these promoters and these festivals on all of their social media. Get yourself in their good books, turn up at their shows, support what they're doing, and in turn they'll support you. Becoming a part of the scene is essential, and becoming a part of your local scene or your wider scene, if you can, is a really, really great step into getting your first show. Getting your music and maybe a video, if you can, online is a great way to show everyone that you're ready for performance and to put yourself out there. Once you've got all this in place, make sure, again, you do my number one tip, which is just to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. Don't expect it to come calling for you. You have to go out there and get it.